in blended finance, this billion to trillion motto has
Uh-huh.
done a lot of harm.
Okay.
If we could just bury it once and for all and just not go back to it. Basically, there are two things I see recently in our domain which are really getting on my nerves. Is this realization that billion to trillions is never going to happen. It's going to take a while before we ever get there. And then there's this opposite. I put it as the opposite because I think it's the other trend, like ESG is dead kind of motto that we have now. And I think these are just headlines. And the reality is not this. The reality is that obviously there's a huge backlash on ESG. We are at a moment where we realize blended finance is much more complex and difficult to scale up. There are some constraints on the development of all these initiatives. But at the end of the day, there are much more people doing this today than ever, working on this domain than ever. I think it's good to realize the limits. And if we take the example of saying ESG is dead, that's not correct because a lot of the companies and the banks are looking at climate and social and environmental risk more than ever.